Recently, the internet was abuzz with rumors that Konami would be bowing out of the AAA game industry, which would be an insanely big concept to wrap your head around had the company not have immediately denied these claims. The thought of one of the biggest names in our industry just up and leaving is a pretty somber one, but as this concept made its way into my head, I started to think that maybe this bullet we just dodged was a blessing in disguise. Most of us were raised on a healthy diet of Konami's heavy hitters like Castlevania, Suikoden, the Metal Gear series, and of course Contra. So why am I going to waste my time rehashing the sentiments of the internet at large? Well, the fact of the matter is, Konami stepping out of AAA games did leave me with a teary eye and a nostalgia trip. When I really think about it, I honestly couldn't be more relieved. I know, I'm an insensitive shitlord, but before you gather your pitchforks and torches, hear me out. First thing, I think it's important to explain that I'm not different from the rest of you. Konami's classic titles on the NES may as well have raised me with all the hours I spent on them, and as I grew up, I found that this love for their games followed me into every console generation. When I first got my PS1, I knew it was love at first sight, but it wasn't until I played the demo for the first Metal Gear Solid that I found out what my beloved console was really capable of. And after that, I can remember my first time experiencing the beauty that is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It seemed like every year I could look forward to Konami dropping another smash hit. But little did I know my love for this company was about to come dangerously close to fanboy levels, come the very beginning of 1999. Silent Hill landed at my local video store on a Saturday, and had I have known that this would be such a defining moment in my life, I might have said something a little more profound than, this looks pretty cool. From this point on, Konami had an eternal fan in me. Never had I experienced a series as unique as this. It was like someone stepped into my head and projected my deepest fears onto my TV screen, and I loved every minute of it. To me, Silent Hills 1 through 3 are among the greatest achievements in storytelling that this industry have and possibly will ever see. And since my love for Konami first blossomed with Silent Hill, it's only fitting that this same series would be what killed it. After the success of the last 3 games on the PS2, we were all expecting to be blown away when the next console generation began to take root. But looking back, I think this is when Konami first started to lose its fucking mind. After seeing college art student levels of quality in the CG teaser trailer for the next-gen Silent Hill, fans were met with the batshit crazy news that Team Silent had been disbanded, and production of the next game in the series would be given to Double Helix, a development house that had 0 games under its belt, excluding the titles that it acquired through merging with Shiny Entertainment. Now at the time, this seemed like a series of regrettable business mistakes for Konami, but looking back now, this was most definitely a prelude of the company's downward spiral. It seemed Konami was now in the business of renting out its most beloved properties to outside developers and shit-canning its most profitable employees. The years that followed included behavior that was so reliably embarrassing that games media stopped covering it. Instead of classic glory and good PR, Konami was now known for media blackouts and a nose for business that could be rivaled by children selling lemonade by the roadside. Its most prolific IPs were now ill-conceived modern action games, and its greatest minds no longer willing to stand by as their creations were destroyed. To put it bluntly, the first sensible business decision that Konami could have made since 2008 would have been to step out of the industry. I know it sounds harsh, but with Konami out of the game, our favorite series could rest in peace. We wouldn't have to fear that Konami might taint another part of our collective past with a shitty attempt at cashing in on its own glory. While I absolutely love the Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and Castlevania games, and part of me still hopes for proper follow-ups, there's a sense of justice knowing that they could rest in peace, holding on to that small bit of self-respect that they had left. So I urge you, instead of fearing the passing of a developer who in the past could do no wrong, celebrate the possible death of a monster that spent 8 years eating itself alive and shitting on the fans who worshipped it. Hey guys, thanks for checking out another rant of mine. If you get into this kind of stuff, you can find a couple more episodes of Talking Points here. And if you're feeling extra charitable, why not click that subscribe button to stay up to date with my efforts here on the YouTubes. As for you Konami fans, I was planning on asking what your favorite franchise from the company was, but I realized that that's pointless as we all know it should be Suikoden. So, go play Suikoden.